Hello, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to Arcades Anonymous. I am your host, Nerd Lounge Master 84. We've got a great show planned for you tonight, and we're really looking forward to having everybody on the panel tonight and all our special guests this evening. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody, and I'm glad that you're here. I'm going to bring in the guys that we have. We have a special guest in the back room as well, so glad to see everybody here. Gentlemen, welcome.
Hi, guys.
JoJo, what's up, buddy?
Hi, JoJo.
Look at JoJo's part of
got my lightsaber.
Oh, look at that, man. He's got his lightsaber. He is ready for Arcades Anonymous. Oh, there it is.
It's just like yours.
Yeah, it's just like mine. Uh-oh. Man, that lightsaber is going to be deadly, man.
It goes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We're kicking it off.
Oh, man.
Careful.
Daddy getting
Getting
hit
crazy
already. This is
tonight.
going to be an interesting show.
That one's mine.
Oh, man, look at that.
All right.
We got JoJo and G.I. Joel. What's up, buddy?
Doing good. Hanging in there.
Hanging in there. Oh.
Yeah. We survived the great winter of Halloween 2023, and we're all dug out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I'm glad you're here, JoJo. Gonna hang out with us for a little bit. Matt, what's going on, buddy?
I am golden. Yeah, actually, with Carlo, that's the first thing I did when I got home. Carlo, I did update my ALP, and it is crazy. Todd, have you updated your pinball?
No, I haven't.
You got to
today. I need to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I am looking forward to.
I am golden. Yes. So yeah, I updated the ALP right when I first got home, and then the physics they're tastefully done, and then they have like they kind of like flex a little bit because they put the gauntlet symbol on the ball where it spins. It's dope. So yeah.
Awesome. All right, gentlemen. Uh-oh. Superman's flying. Look at that. Oh, man.
We should have sent JoJo the link to his tablet. He could have called in on his own, and then he could be taking.
There you go.
Yeah,
Real quick, I want to welcome everybody that's in the chat. We got Stock Jock. Andy's Game Room is here. The bad guy, Mike Worley, is here. Gallagher Guy. Carl O is here. P7 is in the chat as well. Papa Brad. MG, always love that you're here. I guess my voice is soothing. Jason's in the house. Bobby Vu is in the house, clean as a mug.
Oh, come here. Tell everybody bye.
Ralphie's here.
Bye, JoJo.
See everybody.
Everybody have a good night. Bedtime.
See you later, sir. Glad that y'all are all here. B is here. Awesome that you're here. We appreciate you, buddy. And last but surely not least, Saying Spirits is here. Glad to see you, brother. So let's bring in our special guest for the beginning of the show. I'd like to welcome our good friend, Phil. What's up, buddy?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Again.
You were
What's going on?
Back, buddy. How are you?
And we're back in the arcade. Like it's like the old days in here. I haven't been set up in here for a long time.
Yeah, man. Good to see you back again, brother. So
we got the Arcades Anonymous shirt on.
Yeah.
Representing tonight, guys.
Yeah, man.
Dope.
Looking great, dude. Looking great. Let's see here. I'm trying to get this just right, so bear with me because apparently I'm a noob.
Now, where's Chaotic tonight?
Chaotic should be joining us soon. He was a little late. You know how he works crazy. So
yeah, we haven't all been together since Cleveland.
No, we haven't. We need to.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we need to come up with something.
You've been always out and about,
Yeah, I mean,
live on location
recording live,
every Wednesday.
yeah.
So
I apologize, no walk and talk this week, but I mean, the big elephant in the room here.
Yeah.
No,
big bright yellow elephant.
So we'd love to hear your thoughts on the Time Crisis. I know you didn't you have a video come out on it? And my apologies, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh.
It's been crazy hectic, but
Hey, are you okay? I heard you had a hectic day.
Yeah, it's been nonstop. But I am glad to be hanging out with you guys.
How was your Halloween, guys? Did you get a lot of trick or treaters?
I only had 3. I think Matt had more than me.
Yeah, we had a decent turnout. Like we bought about 300 to 400 pieces of candy. I think we gave away a little over 200. Like it wasn't. It's the whole Tuesday and it being cold in Oklahoma. We didn't have as many as we normally have.
And what's the temperature right now?
I think it's like in the 40s.
Wow,
That's downright
cold.
balmy.
I mean,
We're 28 here.
yeah, Joel, yeah. What are you at? 28? Is that what we're at? I saw like 37 earlier. Did it drop that much?
Yeah, we're 28. Yeah,
Wow.
we got dumped on with snow yesterday. We had 5 inches of snow accumulated here at our house, and
What about the leaves? Have you cleaned them up?
I got to get to them. I got a shovel to get to the leaves.
Same here. At least your Lions are doing good.
Yeah,
You know,
killing it now. They're figuring that out, but they do that sometimes.
Yeah,
They get
that's
our hopes up a
exciting.
little bit. Yep. So yeah, I think Gamer Fridge had his power knocked out
Oh
down
man,
south of me. Yep, for all yesterday because of the ice and the snow, and it was just a wicked nasty Halloween.
we should get another couple of 60-degree days yet. You know.
Yeah, we'll be back at the beach soon, I'm sure.
The beach.
Well, we got the T2. I tried to get the shot where we could have Time Crisis and T2. And guys, if you ask me what would you get, the Retro Shooter Kit or Time Crisis, I mean, you can't go wrong with either one of them. It really comes down. Do you want a dedicated looking cab? Do you want to bring something like this in your arcade, or do you want a multi-cade? You know, Carlo is all about a multi-cade, and I mean, I get it. It's great having. I mean, you know, there's a couple thousand games on the Retro Shooter Kit, and we have 4 on Time Crisis. So it's the cabinet, and that's a lot. That's the whole thing we always keep going back and forth on is you're building that arcade, and that used to be Dan. Like that was Dan's logo. Like we want to build arcades, and that's what I'm doing. And you know, we're going to keep updating, but this is a pricey cabinet.
Yeah,
you know, there's no doubt about it.
But you got to do a little work to the T2 in order to get all those games and a little bit of money and effort. So,
but if a guy like I can do it, no problem. You know, I mean, it's that easy. With all the mods I've done,
too.
I'm sorry.
I like the topper on it too.
Yeah. I never have that on whenever I do it. Like I was showing the backdrop in the review. I forgot to turn that topper on. Actually, with the topper, it's actually higher than the top of Time Crisis. And I did point out that ceiling fan. Like, I mean, if you can only go so high with these cabinets. Yeah. You know, it's sitting at about 5'10". It's like if they did raise this monitor up, the marquee would just, you know, how high do you want it? I mean, you see Pac-Man right next to it. And Pac-Man's look at Michael B. when he's doing a live stream. He's got like 4 arcades behind him. Pac-Man's one of them, and it looks huge.
Yeah.
Look how short it is compared to Time Crisis.
Wow. Mm-hmm. But I will have to say that marquee is just really, like, even in your camera, it just looks awesome. They knocked that out of the park. They
did a great job. I mean, you could put the Namco on here if you want. I don't want to do anything to this cabinet. Like, maybe, I mean, I can understand if you want to go 19-inch. Like, there's really nothing on that bezel. Yeah. You can see that artwork underneath the monitor right here.
Yeah.
But, and if they go 19, I mean, that's what an XL is. Like, I mean, we can't sit here and say, you know, we're expecting a 19-inch screen in a deluxe. The deluxe is 17 inches. Yeah. So, does anyone in the chat have Time Crisis?
Well, you've got one question here. As someone who has room for one shooter, what would you guys recommend? I know the ALU is also a competitor with the Wii mod that Matt did. So, what's your thoughts, Phil? Now that you have Time Crisis, you have the Retro Shooter. You had, didn't you do the mod on the T2, right? Or was going to? Yeah. You can see behind me that those are the Retro Shooter guns. Yeah. Right on T2, and we do have it on, guys. I don't see. for the money, what do you think is the best option for him?
Well, do you want to? What do you want in your arcade? Do you want a cabinet, or do you want the games? Like that's what you got to ask yourself. I say this all the time: is we have all the games. Bobby gave me the Bobby Sarah. Like, there's every game ever on that thing. It's how much do you play that versus how coming into this room, your arcade, and just Matt right behind you, all those arcades. Like, you want to see that.
No,
it just depends. I'd pick Time Crisis over T2 just because it's a dedicated. I mean, how could you not?
Yeah.
Move with that marquee.
You got 4 games. Yeah, I see that.
Go ahead. What about the guns, Phil? Especially since you've experienced the T2 stock ones. You got the retro shooters. You got the Time Crisis ones. What's your preference?
These are a strong second. The retro shooter are just a tad bit better, okay?
Okay.
Because they're just more sturdy. It's a little more thicker of a gun, but these are better than the T2. In that review, I put the T2, and that's from B. Like, in B's review, he clearly said like the T2 guns will work, and they do. I accidentally plugged the red one in because the red is player 1 on here. You got to plug the red in player 2, which is the blue gun. It works, but these guns are a little bit better than T2s. But they're about the same quality. I mean, they're thinner, but it looks more. It's not the Uzi. Like, it looks more like a gun. I couldn't get the recoil to work with T2 though. When I plugged the T2 in here, so I don't know why that wouldn't work, but
I wonder if the voltage is different.
Yeah, it might be.
We should be able to.
Go ahead.
What did Gallagher guy say?
Papa Brad was asking how the gun Time Crisis plays on the multi-gun cab. Was there any difference that you saw?
They both Papa Brad, both games, T2 mod, Time Crisis play great. You can't tell the difference. You can see the difference because there's some, PlayStation games on that mod, but it plays great. The only thing is that when you're playing Time Crisis, let me get out of here. I don't know why I'm in this, but when you're playing Time Crisis, you don't have the target going. You have that in every game on the retro shooter kit. So other than that, it's just like playing a real arcade. Like, you just got to kind of like playing Lethal Enforcers, for example. You got to kind of pinpoint, where you're aiming.
B says the T2 gun's feedback, the recoil is triggered by software.
Yeah.
So that's why you're not getting feedback on that one. Whereas Time Crisis is, it's must be just a electrical mechanical.
So I don't regret either shooter, MG, but I regret you not sending me your address because I got those giveaways from Mike's Nostalgia Power. I got to send those out, man. You got to message me on Discord. I mean, you have my email.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but you're never on Discord, Phil.
I do check my messages, guys.
Yeah, we know. It's in the chat, buddy. Okay.
Come on, MG.
Yeah.
So also technically, was it the monitor height is slightly lower on the Time Crisis than the T2, right? Like they're just
the T2. I mean, look behind me. The T2's got the highest monitor out of any arcade one up. I want to say from that top corner, it was 60 inches from the floor.
Wow.
I think this was 55. And I might have said in the review that Fast and Furious was 56. I think that's 58. Like, you can see Fast and Furious right here. It's almost as high as Terminator 2. I'm gonna turn this on. It'd be nice if it was as high as T2. I mean, that even Big Buck Hunter.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But actually, I saw a picture in Cornercade that his Big Buck Hunter was next to his Time Crisis, and Big Buck Deluxe, the screen's higher than this.
Really?
But you can just see it's off by about an inch or two. Terminator 2 is just a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty high screen. The Mortal Kombat 2, right after Pac-Man, is actually lower. It was like 52 inches. So, for a guy my size, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're 6'1", Matt, you're gonna have you'd have to do something. You're gonna be looking down.
But no, it's a gorgeous cab.
Just get a good pair of knee pads, Matt.
Yeah, or you're gonna have a stiff neck looking. The
Yeah.
problem with Ridge Racer was in Star Wars, it's the same height. Like, so if you take any of your 3rd gen cabinets, your 4-player cabinets, NBA Jam, that's the same height. And it was hard playing Ridge Racer. Todd, I mean, you're a taller guy than I am. How is that playing Ridge Racer for you?
It is a little uncomfortable, unfortunately.
It's just a little low, and that riser booster I got from Buy Stuff, they had 2 sizes and 3 sizes, and I went a little bit too high. I think I could have got away with the 4-inch. I went with the 6.
Uh-huh.
It was a high cabinet, guys. But when you're playing Time Crisis, you're not going to see that target, So you got to be dead on here when you're playing.
Wow.
So you don't have crosshairs, right?
Right. So that's I couldn't think of the word.
Uh-huh.
You get that with the retro shooter kit. Every shooting game you play, you're going to have that. And it's kind of cheating, I guess, but actually, I don't know about Duck Hunt. I don't remember seeing it in Duck Hunt, but like Lethal Enforcers, I know I saw it in Time Crisis.
Yes, sir. I mean, crosshairs are not really a requirement for older people, but for an elementary school child visiting, like crosshairs are just a must. If not, they basically despise the game.
Yeah, I mean, you could get used to it.
Yes, sir.
But and I'm just using this instead of the pedal. It's cool having that feature on here, and this button will activate as like the rocket launcher when you're playing like Steel Gunner 1 and 2. And I gotta say, Steel Gunner it's a pretty fun game. I kept making a comparison of Ridge Racer with this because I just felt that the 5 games they gave you in Ridge Racer, you could beat me up in the chat. It just wasn't as good as the 4 games they're giving you with Time Crisis.
Oh, yeah.
I would say it'd be a little while before another Star Wars cab there.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're coming out with a Star Wars XL at some point, but I think it's going to be a while, unfortunately.
Yeah,
because it was just a couple months ago that we got a new release of a refresh cab. So
yep.
Yeah.
Well, how much do you want? See, the thing with Star Wars is I modded mine.
Right.
You get the XL, you're getting the same 3 games. Like, do you get it just for the size and then mod it again? Because this cabinet's so good with the racing kit on it, or with the flight games and the shooting games, that I sold Ridge Racer. Like, I didn't even need it. I don't. That's a tough call.
Galaga Guy has a good question here. Between T2 and Time Crisis, which do you think has the more replay value, and which has more value overall?
With the retro kit in it?
I'd say just stock.
Apples,
stock.
yeah.
Probably Time Crisis would be.
If we're talking stock, yeah,
Time we're talking stock. Probably, Time Crisis would have the more resale value, and then of course I think it has the better value as well because it's got some very good games on it for sure.
Yeah, I mean we're just talking 1 game in T2,
Mm-hmm.
and none of us can get past that helicopter board, right?
No, unless you're double gunning and hope you get through it, right?
And the thing is that if you do the mod, if you put the retro kit Buy Stuff mod in your T2, you're getting T2 back. And if you do the mod with Star Wars, you're getting Terminator. You could play Terminator 2 with the flight yoke.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's talking about that as well.
Mhm.
Console fanboys in the chat as well.
5 minutes per day. Sohar, I thought you sold your T2. Sohar's starting to pick up more arcade one-ups again. He's got Class of 81, MK2 Deluxe. I mean, he might have a third, he's just not willing to show everybody right now, but I'm glad to see Zohar's buying some again.
He can't stay away.
You got to have some arcade one-ups, guys.
Gallagher guy says, do you still think it's worth $750, Phil?
I think it's a $599 cabinet. And guys, I want to be clear on one thing. I sold Ridge Racer for $650. All right.
No way.
You got a good deal on that, but of course you had the.
I had the mod. I had the mod.
Oh,
Guy.
okay.
I had the racing mod in it. I paid $100. So if we're talking, that's how I got Time Crisis. I wasn't gonna get it. I was probably gonna get NBA Jam Deluxe. I was just talking to Triumph or Die about this. I was gonna get NBA Jam Deluxe, and I just kind of said, you know what? Let's just get Time Crisis.
Yeah.
So yeah, this thing's been paid off for like 2 months. Like you pre-order in like August, right when they announced this, and I finally got it about a week and a half ago.
So, quick question: you did do the pre-order on this. Did anybody get it that didn't do the pre-order before you? Did they get it before you got it?
All I know is that She Lion Gaming got it and Cornercade got it. I'm not sure who else, other than people in Australia. I know they got it first.
Mm-hmm.
B got the review unit, and then I saw some other cabinets surface, but I'm not sure. But what annoyed me was we could have went on Walmart 2-3 weeks ago, bought it, and you could have had it shipped right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, I find out that Shop Hippo's the one supplying Walmart with those cabinets. So I emailed Shop Hippo and I said, look, I just want to give me an ETA here. I want to get this. I want to do a review. I didn't really elaborate much into that. I just said I want to get this out. Yeah. And I had a tracking number that night. That was their response.
Uh-huh.
And I know Cornercade reached out too, and we both got it, I think, on the same day. I want to say it was last Friday I got it. So
Now, they really need to figure out this pre-order thing, because it's a shame that people can just order it directly and get it before you get it. It's just not cool. They should really get this figured out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you should pre-order, guys. I mean, it's just what cabinet's going to sell out.
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I keep saying this, is still available. Every retailer has Marvel vs. Capcom 2. We all pre-order it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you pre-order time. You're not getting this any faster.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's only there's Wayfair right now with Time Crisis, Walmart, and Shop Hip. I don't know who else has it, but it's not like we can. I mean, maybe we go into Best Buy in a month and there's actually some in store. It's possible.
It'd shock me.
You would think that if you pre-order, there's some incentive that you're going to get it before anybody else. Like that should be the whole point.
Correct.
So
it's a carrot, right? They dangle this carrot. If you pre-order, you'll be the first to get it, but most of the time it's not the case. And also, B released a video like when he put that given cab in a public space, and like people were beating the crap out of it, and it's still holding up. So I'm surprised, like for as small as it is, like the quality of the machine seems to be great.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna shake around. You see that, every deluxe cabinet. I mean, there's no joysticks on here, but every deluxe, if it's on carpet, it's gonna shake around. I mean, it's not heavy.
Yes, sir.
But the guns are light, and them putting it back in here, I guess could be Didn't B say something like he was gonna have to replace some of the guns or look at them?
Yeah, he had tie knot in them because they were coming undone. So.
But for a home arcade.
Yes, sir.
I mean, are we going to call it a toy? Let's just call it a toy for a second.
Yeah.
I mean, it serves its purpose, No one else, maybe 2 other people are going to play this other than me.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's expensive, but I think $599. If it drops to that, I think that's a good pickup.
Yeah.
We're talking about pre-orders in the chat about if Robotron came out, everybody would probably pre-order that. We know our good friend Stock Jock would do that for sure.
Oh sure. What if it had Smash TV skin stock, Jack? Are you still pre-ordering?
That's a good question. I wonder if he would. As much as he likes Robotron, I think he would wait. That's just my 2 cents. I would think he would wait.
I think if it had Barbie on the side and it had like Robotron on it, he would still buy it.
You think so?
Yeah. That's his jam.
I guess we'll have to find out. We'll have to find out if he's going to do it. Stock Jack, let us know in the chat. Because now I think me and Matt are in odds on this one. I think he wants to stick to the skin, but that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah, see? There you go.
I would, Phil. And yes, Matt. Even if it was Barbie.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah.
Is there any cabinets
this with us?
I'm sorry.
Is there anything you guys are waiting for? I mean, we're 2-3 weeks away here from seeing. There's first of all, is that $199 legitimate? I had a gentleman message me. We get some emails from him that he picked up Frogger at Lowe's for $199.
Yep.
And now the Tempest Atari Legacy $199. Is anyone else got this?
Listed on their app on their site, but they were sold out. But they did have them at that price, so I believe it is legit.
That is crazy.
Yep, I agree.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, $199 for a cab. Even if you don't like it, you can repurpose it for something.
I know. It's $200, guys.
Yeah.
Joel, did you get the pub table?
No, I haven't seen it either. I went into Ollie's today because I was down in the city. Stopped in there. All they had was Pac-Mans, though. They had a Pac-Man cocktail, and then they had the Pac-Man Legacy. But
when's CES? Zohar says, has anyone heard anything about CES? So is that February? That sound familiar, guys? Do you think they could announce Smash TV at CES?
Probably. I could see that happening.
Yeah. I think CES is the only thing they're attending nowadays. Like, they won't show up for anything else.
Yeah. MG says he's got 14 Froggers, so he's good.
Probably does. Yeah, so I don't know. If Shack Jam gets down to 300, I'll pick it up Black Friday.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about Golden Axe anymore. Like, guys, I mean, we are out of room. There's a spot in the basement. I don't want to get rid of anything in here right now. It's just the work of selling a cab.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there's a space right behind you.
That's the door. So look, we're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to get through that door.
You can fix it. Get a barn door. The door would go like this.
Get a really big bucket, and you don't need to leave.
There's a closet where you can't see it behind Time Crisis, and Corner K goes, take the doors out. I'm not. I have stuff in there. Like, I have to have some storage.
Oh, man.
If I get the I will, but the At Games 4K pinball, it's just gonna have to go in a different room. Like, I'm not gonna try to squeeze it in here.
Yeah.
I saw it.
That's why I'm eyeballing the pub table. Because I think it would make a really nice breakfast nook in our dining.
And hopefully,
I don't have room for it in the game room, Matt, but I might be able to pass it off as like a breakfast nook.
Yeah, I thought the same. You know, when I saw John D at the Red Cross, like, he was using one of those cocktail tables as like a desk. If you remember watching that, like, it's if Marvel Superheroes drops that much, hey, maybe it'll be the new coffee table.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they had the Pac-Man cocktail tables at Ollie's, $2.99.
Oh, Zohar, I don't know. I'll have to meet up with him. Danny's, he works all the time. So when I do a walk and talk, he's usually working at Best Buy, and I can't show any Best Buy employee in their uniform. The corporate gets all bent out of shape about it. So he gets kind of standoffish. Even though last time I told him, I said, just put this jacket on, but I don't want to get him in trouble. So I would have to take a day off, because I think like his days off are like Tuesdays. So we're going to have to do a meetup, though.
I think if anybody has Council Fanboy's personal cell phone number. They should let him know that somebody's hacked his account. He's way too positive and happy.
No.
That can't be so
No, that's
It's-
from getting a couple of arcade one up. See what these do? They
There
put
it
you in a
is.
good
Yeah,
mood.
Yeah.
It's changed his life. Brought back the happiness. That's what Arcade 1-Up does. It brings the happiness back.
There you go.
Hoots just noticed the Yoda behind you, Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah. He finally got it.
Yep.
And did you get the that? Where do you put your tree and that creepy dude that was behind you?
Oh, it's Dobby.
Yeah, Dobby and the dean are to the side right now. They're about to go up for
Where
the
you just-
season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
Yeah,
if y'all have any further questions for Phil about Time Crisis, this is your time to ask. The man, the myth, the legend is here with the Time Crisis in the chat. So
Check out his channel too.
yeah,
87.
absolutely.
Now I am behind as well. So
Yeah.
have you done a review? Has a review come out on Time Crisis?
Yeah,
yet?
I posted it this morning.
Okay. So yeah, let's I'll head over there, check out the review, and you can throw questions in the comments there too. I'm sure Phil would be happy to answer them.
Yeah, I try to get to all the comments.
Mhm.
But we are glad that you picked it up. It's really a nice looking cab. It really
Yeah, it's
is.
gorgeous.
You know, when B and Michael B, the Game Genie, announced this on that, what was that, the one update show, I said $749. No way. I remember Biggie D texted me. He goes, "Are you in?" I go, "Absolutely not. It's way too much. Don't do it." You know, and once I started thinking, and I go, I'll sell Ridge Racer if I could justify that, because who wouldn't want Time Crisis? I mean, it's a shooting cabinet. I played Big Buck Deluxe. I don't want to knock anything on that cabinet, but the marquee doesn't light up, and it's just not really my style, guys. Like there was some fun games on there, but this or the T2 cab. I mean, those are shooting cabs. Like,
Yeah.
you can't go wrong, and if you can swing it, go for it.
Mhm.
But I really feel that we're going to see a sale, even if it's 6 months, 7 months down the road. They're not going anywhere. All these arcades, you go on all the websites, they're sitting around. Every arcade is available.
He'll be in Ollie's soon.
You
That's
s-
a pretty
Coming to an Ollie's near you.
wow.
Well, thanks, Carl. Well, thanks for bringing me on here, guys. I appreciate it. It's always nice to hang out with you. Say hi to Brian for me. I
I
missed
will
him
do
tonight.
it. I will
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, he's
Thank-
running.
Always
all
always
late.
pleasure having you in, buddy.
Thank
We'll
you.
have a
for
good
being-
walk and talk.
Answering.
We'll have something special next week.
Awesome.
Look forward to it. Keep sending us letting us know the deals, especially
Yeah.
as Black Friday. It's right around the corner.
Yeah.
This
So
is
be
like a
careful, guys.
super busy
Remember,
season now.
there's other people to shop for than yourself. Just keep that in mind when we see all these sales. It's tough.
But they'll enjoy these just as much as we do, I'm sure.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that, right? Yeah.
You would have a Ridge Racer I could buy for $650. I know a guy that has Ridge Racer that he actually paid $650 for it.
$6.50
But I think
for
he
it.
modded it into Crazy Taxi.
Mhm.
Well, guys, thanks a lot. I'll see you later.
All right, cool. See
All
you,
right.
Phil.
Have a good
Hey,
night.
Phil, appreciate you. Have a great night, buddy.
All right, we'll see ya. Bye.
Later.
I'm the big guy on screen.
You're the big guy on the screen now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Man,
guys.
I hope Brian's all right. He is running way behind
Yeah.
tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know he was going to try to make the show, but
Well, let's get into the topic before people start leaving on us.
yeah, before they riot.
Before they start writing. So tonight's show was the greatest of the franchises. So we wanted to hit a couple of the franchises, gaming franchises out there, what we thought the best of the best was, especially with Mario Wonder coming out recently and all the buzz about that. I thought it would be great to kind of talk about some of those titles that really hit home. So Mario is probably one of the ones that we always talk about. Oh, great. Now you were the star of the show. Sure. Great. We love you too, Carl. We love you too, buddy. So let's talk about Mario. So a couple of ground rules here. We need to make sure that it's not a collection, has all the multiple. It should be just a single game.
Single built game.
Yeah.
Single built game, and just a game that you kind of love in that franchise, whether it be, and the list is long. We'll go through it here, but let's start out with Mario. Matt, you want to start us out? What's your favorite Mario game? The best of the greatest. There it is.
That's my favorite. Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. That's my favorite Mario. And so,
any particular reason why that's your favorite? What about it just really?
Replayability, and then also that given season of my life, my world wasn't turned upside down as a child, and so it was that given season, which it was mainly positive, and so I still played on the ALU. I know it's people playing console games on arcade. I still played on ALU frequently, and so I'll run through it, and it has, first of all, it has save states, which the other ones did not.
Yeah.
It was so tastefully done.
All right, what about you, Joel? What's your top Mario game?
So it's tough, and I know this was kind of my idea. But it's a tough call because for the longest time, I would always have to say Super Mario Brothers 3.
Mm-hmm.
NES, that's just a classic. It's the ultimate. But I'm really fond of New Super Mario Brothers. I think that was they did a really good job of bringing Mario, the classic side-scrolling platformer game. Yep. Into this century, with modern twist to it, modern graphics, but still kept, that the nostalgia and the feel and everything that the old games gave you. I think that's, one of the things people really are liking that about Wonder as well, is it does a really good job of that. I think Wonder's it's got a lot more modern going to it,
mm-hmm.
or going for it, than New Super Mario Brothers. Or I think there's a bit more. I felt there was a little bit more nostalgia kind of still there, similar to Shredder's Revenge. It was a very good nod to the classic.
Yeah.
And also it's got a lot of good replay value.
Yes.
Plus, you can have 6 people, play 4 or 6 people playing or whatever it is, rather than just 2 or 1. So there's a lot of, nice life conveniences that they've brought into it to make it just more fun and have more replay value, I think. So I think I'd have to go with New Super Mario Bros. As my ultimate number 1.
Nice. Yeah.
So console. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just the whole notion where, the more people that are on the screen and playing at the same time, it just creates this wonderful family atmosphere. So it's a close second for me based on Super Mario. It's perfection almost.
So
it
console
create
fanboys,
a good family, but I think sometimes it might rip families apart too. We've gotten some little bit of heated debates going on while we're playing. Who's leading? Oh, you just killed me.
You just killed me. Yes. Whoever's Navitz.
You're going too fast.
The console fanboy says that Mario 64 is the greatest out of Super Mario World and Super Mario Brothers. Let's see here. Galaga Guy says Paper Mario, which I think is a good choice as well.
Yeah, Paper Mario. It's a work of art. They crushed it.
Yeah. I don't think you guys would like this, but Super Mario Brother Wii is my favorite. The originals are a little before my time, and playing those with my friends as a kid was such a great time.
Which is true.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I think it's a good game. It's not. And I think, let's see, where did I see this comment before? Is there really such a thing as a bad Mario game? No. But there is games that are in the Mario franchise that just weren't as as good as some of the others as well.
And then also to defend Hoots, right? The Wii function that had that cool where you had to shake the remote to do certain things. It was fun.
That was the thing I hated the most about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a nice gimmick.
Yes, sir.
It kind of grew a bit old. That was one of the things I started to hate about the Wii games was you had to remember how to shake it this way and twirl this hand and while pressing B and up at the same time, and it just got way too complicated and complex, and I don't know.
Oh man!
But when
Stock Jock says the original Mario Brothers, that's the only one he's ever played. So that's kind of hard to believe, Stock Jock, but okay. I mean, you didn't pick a bad title by no means.
No. And then is he referring to the original Mario Brothers, like the one that was on the Pick 10, where like it was like the blue bricks and you had to run like hit the turtles up there and then like run around? It was almost like a Bubble Bobble game, or the original Super Mario. Like, which one?
That's a good thing. Yeah, I'm not sure what maybe he'll comment a little bit on it here in just a sec. Hotel Mario. I don't remember Hotel Mario. Do you guys?
I don't remember that one myself. No.
Everybody here hated Mario Sunshine. Yeah, I don't know.
It was cute. The whole notion of getting water and it was neat. Like I said, it's really a bad Mario game.
Yeah, Mario Galaxy. I never got into the Galaxy games. I don't know about you guys, but
those
not
were
really my jam.
Those were where they were fun and they were cool, but what kind of brought Mario into the new century, it seemed like, and it was like, oh wow, this is amazing, but it didn't have any of that nostalgia to it. It was like, all right, this is a new Mario game, whereas but playing Super Mario Wonder, I've realized that my wife and I are completely different gamers. I mean, she's not a gamer at all, but she's definitely more of like a completionist, whereas I'm just complete it. Like get through it as quick as possible without dying, and I'm good. She's got to get like every single coin, and check every warp tube to make sure you can't go down it, and everything. Hit every brick.
Man,
So I'm like trying to speed run through these things.
Yeah,
not die. And she's like trying to wait. You missed something. Go back. So it's interesting.
Man,
all right,
I can see her running out of time just to do it. Yeah.
Your turn, my friend. What's your favorite?
My favorite, that's kind of I'm a big fan of the Super Mario Brothers 3 on the NES, just because it was one of the only games that I kind of was able to finish. My father helped me because, he was a Navy guy and he spent hours and hours playing it. That poor console would stay on for 3 or 4 days while he played all the way through Mario. So I have the nostalgia for it there. But probably, the one that I probably played the most was the, if we're talking about, Mario type games, because there's been a debate in the chat is how, does Luigi's Mansion tie into that or that kind of thing? I loved Wario on the Virtual Boy. I played hours and hours of that, and that was probably the one that I enjoyed the most. But if we're strictly saying Mario, if we're saying it has to have Mario in it, then it would obviously be Super Mario Brothers 3, just because of the nostalgia factor. Do I love all the other ones? Absolutely. I've got tons of Mario games in my collection, and there's never a bad game when you pick up a Mario game, in my opinion. So
for sure. I discovered I never played before, but I discovered it on my Ambernick a while ago. The Mario Pinball.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was kind
pretty
of
impressed by that.
On but I think it was on the Game Boy Advance.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I have it.
Yeah.
In my bedroom. It's a good game.
Kind of neat, because you got to work the ball into different. So it was pinball, but it was also had a bit more to it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got to mention the Virtual Boy, right? Oh, MG. I'm retro, but the Super Mario Wonder is a winner in the 2D style Mario games. Hate to say it, but it is.
Yeah.
I think it's fair. There's not been many people that I've heard that hate that game.
Mm-hmm.
No, we've been loving it here at our house. We've been playing it nonstop.
Mario Pinball Land. I hated that game. Is that the game you were talking about?
It might be. I don't know. It's not the most amazing game in the world, but I was
enjoying it.
Somewhat enjoying it and impressed by it. I was like, oh, this is actually, because I've been trying some of the other, there's not a lot of good pinball games that were made, before.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to explore them, like the Pokemon pinball and stuff, just to see what they were like and stuff. And they all pretty much are on the same lines of stinking. But Mario Pinball, maybe it was Mario Pinball Land. I have to go check the title for sure. But I was enjoying it. It was fun. Yeah. It didn't have the greatest physics and stuff like that. But it's like, man, it'd be kind of cool if like Zen came out with something like this, that not just something that's a static pinball, but you had, because you'd knock it up into other areas of worlds and play fields and stuff. So you're advancing, but then it can fall back down as well if you're not careful. So it was, I don't know. I thought it was neat.
Yep.
All right, guys, let's switch gears. What's the next gaming franchise you guys want to go? Go ahead and let me know what you're thinking.
I don't know. There was mention of Zelda. Do we want to?
Yeah, you want to hit Zelda? Let's talk about Zelda.
Yet.
You want to start, Joel? What's your favorite Zelda game out of the franchise?
I don't know. That'd be a tough one as well. But I really like Breath of the Wild. I know that's kind of an easy one to go to because it's so new and different and everything. But
yeah,
I don't know. That was just I think just because it was different and brought a whole new fresh breath to a Zelda game.
So let's see. A couple of people in the chat. Ocarina of Time is my favorite. Link to the Past. Let's see here. We got 2 for Ocarina of Time and 1 for Link to the Past. What about you, Matt? Are you big on playing Zelda?
Like the original Zelda's like on NES, yes. But then the longer it got, I just didn't have the time, allocated to sit down that long to play a given game. Where somebody say it took me 80 hours to beat a game,
you're like, no, I'm done.
I am done. So you can hang me out to dry. That's perfectly fine. So yeah, like the newer the Zelda gets, the less I like it. And so it's gorgeous to look at. I purchased 3 or 4 of them based on a little one in my life that he loves Zelda. Yeah. And so he asked for games for Christmas, but no.
Now the second one, that one I grew up playing a lot too. And I know it's kind of really debated and controversial. A lot of people really hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of liked it too because they moved. That was the first time that they kind of brought in that side-scrolling, perspective and stuff into where everything was always kind of more of a top-down. And
yes, sir.
Yeah.
So they started to kind of mix it a little bit there and made it kind of interesting.
The Legend of Zelda. Which one is that exactly? My memory is terrible when it comes to Zelda. I'm sorry.
Is that not the first?
That's the first one.
That is the first one. Okay, yeah. Had to buy a book to help me get through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorites too, just because it was on the NES. You had nostalgia for it. It just getting into the rest of them. Like Matt said, it's just like they're so gorgeous and beautiful, but I can't remember, getting through or having enough time to even get through them all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that beautiful gold cartridge. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have nostalgia for just that cartridge alone.
Yeah. I got to agree with you a bit, though, Matt, as well. I was super excited about Tears of the Kingdom to come out.
Yes, sir.
Pre-ordered it. It arrived. I only got like 10 hours into it, and I realized I'm too old and too busy for this. I don't know. I don't think I can like dedicate enough time to actually get into this, like, especially like I did with Breath of the Wild, years ago.
Yes, sir.
And it was a fun play and everything. And Tears of the Kingdom is beautiful and holds, well right up alongside of it. I think it's a great, kind of sequel to it. But it's like, I don't have the time for this in my life. I got two young boys.
Correct.
And a job.
Yeah. So it looks like Thor was at Target and they had a Quest 3 working display. That's interesting that Target would have a Quest display, but that's pretty awesome. So he thinks he's going to get one. I don't know. I like my Quest 2. I don't think I'm going to get a Quest 3 anytime soon unless I find a really good deal on one.
Yes, sir.
I don't get much time to play VR, but I enjoy it. Getting to go in there and experience. I guess that goes back to the Virtual Boy, MG. Goes back to the Virtual Boy.
Yeah, I don't have a man card, so I really don't care. Like the only reason I would want like VR would be Beat Saber because I love like rhythm games.
Yeah.
And so it looks fantastic. So, but I don't have one.
Remember calling the Nintendo helpline for a Link of the Past? How about that? The Tears of the Kingdom was 140 hours of playtime. And
Holy
not even
smokes.
close to 100. That is insane.
That is crazy, Hoots.
Literally, you'd have to dedicate weeks just to it, right? And hope that you could get through it. I have an emulator inside the original cartridge that lets you play any NES game on your TV. Plus, it shows a LCD label on the front of the cartridge for the game you're playing. That's interesting. Might have to check that out, Jason. If you got a video or something on that, I'd love to see that.
What is that? Yeah. That does sound very interesting. What?
Yeah, it's got an emulator inside its original NES cartridge that lets him play any NES game on your TV. Plus, it shows the LED label on the front of the cartridge for the game you're playing. It's pretty cool. We're installing a new Mario and Sonic on our OG Switch hack. We'll show teaser videos tomorrow, so check out Bobby Vu on that. That's going to be awesome when that comes down. So, I still haven't started. Okay, I don't know who's. That's cruel.
It was Tears of the Kingdom. He hadn't started.
Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, all right. Let's see. I got my daughter the Quest 2, and Beat Sabers is awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Try.
I love my Star Wars games on there.
Mm-hmm.
Going against Vader, pretty fun. Lightsabers all day long. Got it 5 years ago. It seemed to made it, and it's still available. Let me see who made it. Okay, I guess he's going to let us know in the chat. That's awesome. Check that out and see. Yet to start the Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mine the Quest 2 is a pain, but it's worth it for the Beat Saber songs.
Really?
All right. Interesting.
I didn't know you can mod. I didn't know you can mod the Quest. I thought it was like locked down.
Yeah, I thought it was too. But
that's cool.
If anybody could tinker with it, that would be you, Matt. Right?
Yes, sir.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's move on to the next gaming saga as we approach the hour mark.
Okay.
Chaotic, if you hear the sound of my voice, please head towards it. I promise you that Yoda will not hurt you. Yoda will not hurt you.
We're seeing way too much backdrop on the screen here for Arcades Anonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a normal show without Chaotic.
Oh.
Yeah.
It just isn't.
We have like half the hosts here that we normally do.
So what other franchise y'all guys want to talk about? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Or is that a slam dunk? Is that like a slam dunk?
I don't know. It depends on how dedicated you are to because that one also is a bit of a struggle for me because there's probably about 3 that would fall right in there of kind of a battle. There's, well, maybe 4. The original NES game.
Yep.
I absolutely love that. I know there's a lot of people that hate it and think it's trash and terrible. I absolutely love that game.
Yeah.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game was also good, but Shredder's Revenge is a great nod to that, and tons of replay value. Great game. But the other one that's on there is, and it's difficult to find, is Mutants in Manhattan, which came out quite a few years ago now, but I think it's just got beautiful art and stuff, especially if you're into the comics, especially like the current run and stuff of the comics.
Yes, sir.
It falls right in line with all that same art style and all the same characters and things like that as the current modern run of the comics. And it's just, and it ventures out from that side scrolling beat 'em up game, and it's more of like an open world, and it's got a lot more depth to it. So that one is right up there as one of my favorite TMNT games is Mutants in Manhattan.
How about you, Matt? What's one of your favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games?
It used to be easy. Like it was the original Turtles and then Turtles in Time.
Yep.
But then here lately, Shredder's Revenge on the iArcade has changed my perspective 100%. Like, because you can pretty much walk through Turtles and Turtles in Time like over and over again, like within like 45 minutes. But we've been playing it off and on the last handful of Sundays, and then unless you have the appropriate amount of people in there, you can't beat Shredder after you play Super Krang. Like you just, so it's wonderful. And then you unlock characters, which you couldn't unlock characters on the original arcade. So yeah, I would say it's like I would probably right now sounds mean. I would probably lean towards Shredder's Revenge. Probably is my favorite right now.
Yeah, I think you and I had the same viewpoint on that. The original 2 games, Turtles in Time and the original arcade, was just the solid games that they were. But they brought Shredder's Revenge back, and it just tugs at the heartstrings. And I mean, it's a really cool game to play, and you just get that 90s, 80s vibe. So I have to agree with you. I think that's the solid game out of it. So
yep.
So I wanted to show this. Our good friend to the channel showed it in Discord, and I thought we would go ahead and show it here. Bring this up. This is the LCD cartridge that our friend was talking about here. So this is pretty cool. So it looks like you have the SciShow version, and it just shows you what you're playing.
Holy smokes!
That is awesome.
Let's see if I can get. There it is, designed by DC, and then there you go.
Yeah, that was what Little Alien shared it, right? That is crazy.
Yeah.
You got to have a top loader though to fully appreciate it, right?
Yes, sir. Versus
looks like it. Let's see. Only available, patent pending. You play your favorite Nukem. You connect with this to your TV with an HDMI cable. So yeah, I guess you plug it. Let's see, does it have?
Oh, so you don't put it in your console; it's its own console.
Yeah, let's see.
It's an emulator. Okay.
Yeah, it's an emulator inside the cartridge. Let's see.
Very cool.
Sorry, guys. I know I'm kind of scrolling through.
Oh no, it's fine. That's a good image there. So basically, it looks like a.
Does it have an attract mode?
That's a good question,
Jason. Does it have can you put it on a shelf and just have it cycling through an attract mode?
Custom TV screensaver that displays multiple games on your TV or monitor when connected to the cable. 793 games. That's a 3.5-inch screen on the cartridge.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, plays games, no console required. Built inside. So yeah, you have to have the HDMI cable, controllers, and ROMs are not included, but you have a micro SD card built in already.
There's two different versions. There's the slideshow version.
Yep, and then the game version.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing, like, the game version must be the one that you can play.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is more of just like an art piece for your shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason gave some information.
Take a look here.
Here's a couple.
You can do the slideshow or sit as a decoration. 850 labels that are sideshow. You can also plug in your TV and play a bunch of games. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a Pi in a cartridge with a screen. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
The game you choose, corresponding game label. Can you get one with a 65-inch screen? Photos don't do it justice. The LCD is really nice quality.
Cool.
That is pretty cool. The only thing I have to say is that price tag's a little rough for me. I know you're getting you're getting a.
But yeah, I was thinking it was the game, the fully playable one and everything for that 150. But when you click on it to get the game version, and it goes up by another $120. Yeah, that's.
But I mean, if you're a minimalist and you like, obviously in this picture they got a Dreamcast and a couple different consoles, but I think that's cool. I mean, I think it's a cool thing to have. Maybe
I like
you're
the slideshow of it, the digital label and stuff. I think that's pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool just to have, in the game room or in the arcade room playing. Maybe it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I call it like a better mousetrap, right? It's not reinventing the wheel, but they made something that was good even better. So,
yeah, no doubt. Jason, thank you for sharing that. I think that's really cool.
My at games BitPixel is. I mean, I don't play that. I just have it on attract mode for the BitPixel because it's so cool.
Yeah, he says it when it was $129, I'd buy that all day long.
Yeah,
but now the price has shot up so high. But
maybe they haven't updated their prices since the Pi's dropped.
Yeah,
recently.
Maybe we'll see something like that. You never know. All right, guys. What other franchise y'all want to talk about? I know I put in the thing we had Batman and Spiderman. We don't have to necessarily talk about that, but if there's a different franchise you guys want to talk about.
Oh, you guys got any preferred ones?
Let's talk Star Wars. Let's talk Star Wars.
We thought this might, if it's fun, it might be an ongoing thing that we can do occasionally.
MG asked Sonic, so we can do Sonic real quick as well. McDonald's. Now you're just throwing out words, MG. Now you're just throwing out words.
McDonald's had a couple games.
They did actually. I have one of the ROMs on the emulators for my ALU.
They just recently came out with a new one too. Ernest,
really?
Is that his name? Ernest, the purple guy. His birthday. They released NES type.
Oh yeah.
Game recently, like a remake hack for his birthday.
Huh. Stockjack says there's only one franchise.
Grimace, that's right.
Grimace.
Grimace, there he is.
Grimace.
Yeah.
Grimace, the purple guy. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do Star Wars real quick. Go around the horn. What's your favorite Star Wars game? Matt, you want to start?
Oh, that's easy. The Pod Racer on the Sega Dreamcast. It was.
I swear, are you sure that your mom and my mom aren't the same moms and we're just separated at birth? Love Pod Racer. Loved it in the arcade. Loved playing it on the Nintendo 64. It's probably one of the games that got played the most on the Nintendo 64 was Pod Racer.
Yes, the game is
it's
Just
just
kidding.
dope. It's just dope. I mean, let's face it. What about you, Joel? Any game out of the group?
You know, I really what was the one that you could actually like fly the snow speeder in and stuff?
Well, you did that this weekend or this past day or two, right?
I know,
with the snow. Yeah.
That was one of the 64 games.
Yes,
too.
was that Squadron that you could do that? I think it was on the Nintendo 64 Squadron. You could fly around in the snow.
Yeah.
I think I really like that because that was just one of my favorite parts of, I don't know, maybe it was because a kid growing up in Michigan and I loved snow at the time, but the whole Hoth and the beginning of Strikes Back and everything was just always my favorite. I could just go back and watch that on replay, over and over and over again. And I did, hundreds of times. I wouldn't even watch all of Empire Strikes Back all the way through. I just watch up until they evacuated the planet and then hit rewind and go back to the beginning, basically. Because I don't know. I love that whole, the snow battle and fort, and it was just cool to me. So when that game came out and gave me the opportunity to be able to fly around in a snow speeder and in the snow and battle the walkers and stuff, that was like a dream come true.
So Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor, I've kind of like touched both of those, but I haven't played too deeply into those just because of time. But what I saw with them, I liked. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to play any of these or not, but
what platform is that on?
Fallen Order, gosh darn it. I have so many consoles. Maybe he can comment on us to make sure we're thinking the right ones. But Force Unleashed is also a good game, but that was on multiple platforms.
Yep.
Star Wars Empire Strikes Back on the Atari 2600. Hours of fun right there. That was just, yeah. Stock Duck says that you could make a snow speeder. So
it's crossed my mind once or twice. As a kid, I think I made one out of cardboard.
Yeah, Fallen Order was on Xbox One and PS4. Jedi Survivor's only on PS5 and Series X. So newest gen games. Yep.
Yes. All right, that makes sense.
Anybody remember the animated Star Wars chest from the early 90s? I remember the game. Never really played it, but I remember seeing it. Kind of almost like not exactly the same, obviously, because it was different, but like
battle chess.
Yeah, like battle chess. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, no doubt. Why they don't come up with stuff like that nowadays? It would probably sell really well for us Star Wars fans out there that would just buy it up just because we want it. So, let's see here. Stock Jock wanted to know about Madden. I think we need to save that for another night, right?
Yeah, that would be like a football. Like you could do like Madden and other or Blitz, right?
That's the NFL game.
Yeah.
Different, whether it's Madden or ESPN or Blitz or.
Gonna go hunt down some dinner thing. Thank you for being part of the chat. We love you, brother. Appreciate you. So yeah, if you guys want to comment in the comments on the video, let us know some of the ones you want us to talk about. We'll do a little segment during some of our shows about some of the games that we really enjoy, and spark some conversation, because a lot of people forget about some of the games that are out there that they could probably get for a good price now. You can still play Star Wars chess on today's PC. You just have to use the old Windows capable mode.
Yeah. So just right click on the app and just do compatibility mode, and it's in the properties. Yeah. Okay.
I'll be darned.
Thanks, Jason.
That's interesting.
Cool.
I used to pull stuff off in a Ford Fiesta back home. Oh wow. Well, guys, we did want to feature our good friend, the bad guy, Mike Worley, real quick. Let's see here. He came out with a video for Halloween for Ghosts and Goblins for NES. So let's share a little bit of his video. I'm sure you guys have probably checked it out before as well. Let's see here.
Say hello to the bad guy.
Hey, yo.
If he copyright strikes me, I'm going to have to talk to him directly. You know, his intros are something, let me tell you.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Say hello to the bad guy. So it's Halloween day. Halloween, one of my favorite holidays, probably my favorite holiday. And all October, all the NES games I've been playing have been in the scary, horror, Halloween themed genre of games. And I had a lot of fun playing a lot of these ones. Some of them, like Friday the 13th, I've played a lot in my life. Castlevania was another one. Another one like Nightmare on Elm Street and the Addams Family. Haven't really played too much, but I actually learned a lot about those two games and that I actually thoroughly enjoyed each one of them. So I figured on Halloween, I'm going to finish the month in my favorite holiday with one of my favorite NES games. Not only one of my favorite horror-themed NES games, one of my favorite in general, and you might be surprised to hear that because of the notorious extreme difficulty. And I mean, I'm sure you figured it out by now. Ghosts and Goblins. It's one of my favorite games of all time on the NES. I don't know why. I just have a lot of fond memories. I played it a lot as a kid, never very successfully, even as an adult. Still is one of the hardest games on the NES. But I will give this game a little bit of credit because you get unlimited continue. So there's really no way you can fail other than you not being able to beat the level. And some of these levels are so freaking hard that even with unlimited continues, you may still never beat it. The only way I've ever been able to beat it was with save state. But like I said, this is one of my all-time favorites, and I liked it so much that I had to go out and buy the New Wave Toys Ghosts and Goblins cabinet, which is this exact game except in its arcade form. And that is fantastic and a classic in itself, the arcade version. Translated very, very well to the NES. A couple minor complaints, like I wish they would have done away with the timer on the NES. There's really no reason for it, but the game itself is still really, really fun, still really, really difficult. And if you've learned anything from the Angry Video Game Nerd and you've played this game, you know one thing, the key to success is getting the knife. Stay away from that fireball. It's terrible. At the very minimum, keep your javelin, but if anything, get the knife because you need it. You throw it back.
So what do you guys think about this game? Have any of y'all invested a lot of times in Ghosts and Goblins?
Yes.
Yeah. You have not?
No.
I had it as a child. That game was fantastic. Yeah, it's in my top 5 NES games of all times. So I love it.
How far did you get, Matt? Did you get pretty far in the game?
And so I can beat it on the ALU using the NES emulator because you can rewind if you die. You use the rewind button, go back and then try it again. But no, like just with the traditional NES controller, I've never beat it. Oh, this is true. The axe sucks too because it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, my daughter is obsessed. It's not Ghosts and Goblins. What is it? Ghouls and Ghosts, or what's the other one? I'm sorry, I it's late at night apparently, but she's like been playing the Super NES version nonstop, and I mean just totally killing it. It's gotten totally farther than I could ever get in the game. And it's just amazing that she's able to do that being a 13-year-old. It's like why it even interests her, I'll never know, but she's like all in on it. So hopefully she'll beat that game one day soon. Yeah,
the Super Nintendo version is awesome too because it has a double jump because you go shh, shh. And then some. Yeah, you have to perfectly use that in certain places or you'll die.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
How Jason is so old, I forgot sometimes. Yeah, Jason was talking about the Commodore 64 version. I'd love to dig that up and find it out. And it looks like, what is he saying? Don't miss out on playing the Ghouls and Ghosts Resurrection remake for Xbox and Switch.
And the
It's
Switch.
so awesome looking. So I guess it's coming out soon.
No, I believe that they already it's been out for
Really?
a while. The Switch version.
Interesting. Might have to look into that as well, just because it's a modern title.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's talking about his milk, his bat milk commercial. What did you guys think about that?
I mean, he has a gift of just making you laugh. Like it. So he's blessed. Like he can put a smile on your face really, really fast in a tasteful way. And so yeah. So yeah, even my wife thinks he's funny. So yeah.
Oh, it's Ghost and Goblins Resurrected. Okay. All right. No, it's been out for about 1 or 2 years already. Okay. Well, I need to obviously add that to the long list of things I need to buy and want to buy. Well, guys, we have been talking for over an hour. I want to thank you so much for watching us tonight. Mike, thank you for letting us share your video on Ghost and Goblins. If you haven't checked out his full video, please go check him out. He's got a lot of great content. And, of course, they do Saturday mornings, Nostalgia Power. I don't get to check it out live like some of the other guys do just because I'm working and my boss comes up and says, what the heck are you doing? And I have to, I'm not why. I love to watch it live and check out the guys every Saturday morning. So that's coming up this Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you haven't checked those out, please check them out.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for saying Robotron is your favorite franchise. Of course, Top Job.
Yes.
That's Arcades Anonymous approved right there.
Yeah.
I missed it this week. Yeah. The replay is awesome. It's just getting time to sit down and really watch it. I don't have a long drive anymore, so it's hard to put it on the speakers and watch it. So,
yeah.
So, any final thoughts before we wrap up the show? Chaotic, I don't know where you are, buddy. We missed you all night long.
Hope you're all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a first this week, so just share real quick.
Sure.
I, for the first time, got to experience another person's game room. Arcade. So, Gamer Fridge and I met face to face in person this week. So,
cool.
Stopped by his place. I got a tour of his arcade and the lab and where he's been. All his stuff he's doing work on all of his decks and arcades and stuff like that. And then we hopped in our cars and he drove up here and I gave him a quick tour of my place. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a fun week. So it was pretty cool. I've only, besides experiencing arcades and other people's kind of game room TV, nothing like what I got going on, and what you guys
sir.
So it was pretty cool to be able to, meet with somebody that has common interests and hobbies, enthusiasm for this stuff, and to see their stuff and stuff he's working on, and it was pretty cool. So
sweet.
Maybe MG, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, he said Brian he's stuck at work still. That's where he's
at. Poor guy.
Yeah.
I have a good feeling, MG. I'm not gonna rush it though. Waiting a couple days.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin, by over texting or whatnot. That kills the mood.
Exactly. You don't want to come on too strong. You might.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I think that's awesome that you got to hang out with him. He seems like a pretty cool guy. I'd love to just kind of chill with him too. Hopefully
met him, met his wife and his youngest son.
Mm-hmm.
Are all all cool people there. So yeah, we're gonna get together. We got plans to get back together and build some arcades, play some games. He's got a whole world of new modern stuff to introduce me to.
Uh-huh.
Him and his boy, they were like, "Oh, you don't know what this is? Oh, you don't know what?" So they're. I think when we were on doing some of our favorite games and stuff, if you notice, a lot of his stuff was
newer,
modern and newer stuff. So whole new world to find out about. It'll be fun.
Jason, you don't have to get out of bed. You can just stay in there. We're both in North Carolina, and it's cold as hell, and I don't want to get outside either. So why don't you just stay in bed and do your thing, man? Don't worry about that. Joel, you can experience my gamer room when you come down for our annual sales meeting. You get to play his pinball, right? See our corporate numbers.
On that Jurassic Park.
Yeah. MG's rooting for you kids, so I make sure we get invited, right? You give us a formal invite if something really truly blossoms there.
Yeah.
What about you, Matt? Any final thoughts before we send these nice people home?
No, I just once again, I'll say this over and over again. Like what makes the show is everybody's just, interaction with the chat. And so we're just blessed to have the people we have in our lives. So yeah, you guys rock.
Yep. We appreciate you. You all are awesome people, and we're just glad to hang out with y'all on Wednesday nights and breakfast in bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Does DoorDash bring it right to your bed?
They should. As much as you pay them, they should. So, guys, let's do this next week. Let's have a great show. I can't wait to see y'all again. And maybe this Sunday we can meet up again. We gotta play some games together. I mean,
yep.
That's just what we gotta do. Yeah. So
we gotta beat Shredder's Revenge. We gotta beat that.
Yeah, Todd has got to get his iArcade going, so we got multiple people playing, and we can get through Shredder, right?
Yep.
Well, gents, it's been a pleasure. Smash that like button for us. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And check out Multicade Matt, G.I. Joel, myself, Nerd Lounge, and our good friend Chaotic, who unfortunately had to work and do inventory. So I hope he's been watching. I know he hasn't commented on the thing because he's probably doing inventory. But we love you, man. We miss you. And, dude, you better be here next week. Or we're going to send somebody out after you.
Yeah.
Well, guys, have a wonderful evening. I will see y'all next week. And y'all have a fantastic evening.